and welcome to another live stream Watchalong reaction. This afternoon, we're watching and reacting to Inter Miami CF versus Vancouver Whitecaps FC, MLS Cup 2025. We will have a champion at the end of the afternoon into the evening. It's an early MLS Cup, but that's good because we have the Formula One Grand Prix tomorrow morning. So, it's good that this is early because we'll be up early tomorrow as well. But with that being said, Messi's either going to win his first MLS Cup or Vancouver is going to be the second ever Canadian team to win the MLS Cup. Now, both teams will have their first star with this win. Of course, Miami would win their second or third club trophy, their second knockout trophy. They did win the Shield, so that counts. Let's not forget that. It is an honor that counts. I guess fourth club trophy if you want to count the Eastern Conference Final, but that doesn't really count to everybody else. Either way, how we doing, Isaiah? How we doing, Alex? How we doing, Captain Falcon? We are here and ready. Starting 11s. Inter Miami CF contra Vancouver Whitecaps FC. MLS Copa MLS Final. One game, 90 minutes, maybe more, to decide who a champion will be of the MLS this year. It's either going to be Vancouver or Miami. Starting 11s are as follows. How we doing, Dillon? How we doing? One of the big cup finals. Well, we had others, but here we are. Another suit day. We're here. Let's have some fun with it. For Vancouver, or for Miami, we have Rocco Rios Novo, the back forward, Jordi Alba playing his final club game. No matter what, we know this is his final club game. Noah Allen, Maxi Falcon, Ian Fry, the midfield trio, Baltazar Rodriguez, Sergio Busquets. Again, we know he's playing his last club game today. Rodrigo De Paul, the front three of Matteo Silvetti, Lionel Messi, and Tadeo Allende. For Vancouver Whitecaps FC, Yohei Takaoka, the back four, Eddie Campo, Tristan Blackman, Ralph Prizo, Matthias Laborda. The midfield defensive two of Andres Cubas and Sebastian Berhalter. The attacking midfield three of Emmanuel Sabi, Thomas Muller, Ali Ahmed, and up top, Brian White. Player to watch for Miami is Lionel Messi. 6 goals and 7 assists in the playoffs for Lionel Messi. He's played up to his billing this playoffs. He didn't exactly last year. He didn't really have the time. But this year he's playing up to his billing. Fry must be healthy. I'm surprised he's getting started. Knowing how Mascherano works, I'm surprised. Weingart must be hurt more than they let on. Thomas Muller, the player to watch for Vancouver, 13 goal contributions in 12 matches. I don't know. I know they draw. That's all I know. That's all I know. Is that he drew, or they drew. Yeah. BYU is losing. Aren't they playing Texas Tech? That was supposed to happen. I like Fry as a right back. He's better defensively. Watchalong's more of a right wing back. Yeah, I think you need a right back tonight. More things of... And MLS just put up the stats between Messi versus Muller all-time face-offs. Hey, the memes are real, eh? Either way, Muller's had Messi's number in face-offs before. Head-to-head, he has Messi's number. See if that continues. I think you need a right back tonight. With the way Vancouver plays, I think you need more of a defensive right back than a right wing back. So, weirdly enough, I got to say, Mascherano made the right choice. But, well, you know what? I'm going to be nice. Mascherano, since about the Leagues Cup, he's actually made the right decisions, more or less. In my opinion. Liverpool just bottled it at the last minute. I agree. Because Messi's in the cup final. Good, because that means Notre Dame's in the playoff. I got to bandwagon something. And Mississippi State ain't nowhere near the damn playoff, let alone a bowl game. Now, here's the funny part. If there's a couple of teams who decline bowl games, Mississippi State can make it on APR. Stuff like not BYU. If Florida State, if Rice, and some other team declines a bowl game, we can make a bowl game as a 5-7 team, aka Mississippi State, which playing it on like December 18th. But if they do, I'll be live for it. It would feel so shitty to backdoor our way in like that, but who cares? But again, they're still not in the playoff though, but Notre Dame is. Give me an Ole Miss Notre Dame matchup. I don't care where the hell they play it. I want to see Notre Dame and Ole Miss's season. And I want to see Colonel Reb crying. Mascherano earned my respect thus far. Especially over the past 4 months. Yeah, I agree. No. They're closer than Mississippi State, but no. Speaking of Lane Kiffin and Colonel Reb is crying in his Confederate handkerchief. Colonel Reb is crying. He needs some real relief. He asked Coach Golding, can you save us from this dread? I'll leave it alone. Go to hell, Ole Miss. It couldn't happen to a better fan base. Lane Kiffin deserted him before the playoff. Couldn't happen to a better fan base. I love it. Is Lane Kiffin an asshole? Yeah. Is he a hoe? Yeah. Is it awesome to see Ole Miss fans just lose their best chance at a championship because he deserted them in the dead of night like a Mayflower truck to Baltimore? Or no, to Indianapolis? No, it's amazing. Y'all both suck. But, there's a hole in Oxford that they call Ole Miss. Go to hell, Ole Miss. Go to hell. Love it. But who's won MLS Cup? I got Vancouver on penalties. It wouldn't shock me if Miami beat Vancouver. Okay, I wouldn't say beat Vancouver's ass, but beat them in 90 minutes. Like 3-2. It wouldn't shock me there either. I think Vancouver gets the opening goal. You didn't watch the prediction video, did you? I think Vancouver gets the opening goal. Thomas Muller, Messi answers. I think Ryan Gould scores as a sub. Silvetti answers. Extra time. Messi scores. And Emmanuel Sabi answers to send it to penalties. So 2-2 after 90. 3-3 after extra time penalties. 4-3 on penalties for Vancouver. I feel like Takaoka would be a better goalie in penalties anyway. In my opinion. The Prem isn't easy for any team. It's competitive, well, unless you're Wolves. Wolves are doing horribly. I swear to God, that Spain World Cup jersey looks like a Real Salt Lake jersey to me. Like, I can't look at that Spain jersey and think of anything else but Real Salt Lake. Am I wrong, though? That is a Real Salt Lake jersey, not a Spain jersey. Blue sleeves. Red, dark red shirt. Dude, they should have just given that to Real Salt Lake and done something else for Spain. I think Real Salt Lake's in line for a new home jersey next year anyway. They should still burn that damn away kit, though. It's ugly. Now, I didn't change my mind on that. That away kit is ugly. I mean, yeah, and also somebody brought this up during the later rounds of the Champions Cup. Liga MX players, and the Mexican team is based out of a lot of Liga MX players. The Mexican team will group in a camp earlier to prepare for the World Cup. So when the semifinals and finals come around of the Champions Cup, the players on the teams that are still in for Mexico that are going to the World Cup and playing for Mexico are going to be in a camp to prepare for the World Cup. So, knowing that most of the best players in Liga MX are going to be in a camp doing national team duty, and most of the U.S.'s best, well, I don't know about that. Pochettino, I think, is going to give a fair shot to everybody, the way it sounds. But they don't have a camp in May to prepare for the World Cup. They're just going to prepare for the World Cup from June on. Mexico's adding the extra camp. Canada's not doing anything similar. So I think MLS has the favorability to win. And LA Galaxy will probably be back to what they were last year, next year, because Ricky Puig will be back. So they have a chance. Miami still has a chance because they're Miami. Vancouver is still going to be this good, I'm sure. So there are teams who could do it. LAFC's in, I think, now because of, LAFC, even though I think Mark DeSantos will do good as their coach. But they still have Son and Bouanga. So, yes, there are a lot of high-powered MLS teams that could win Champions Cup next year. And because of the schedule that Mexico chose for their national team, I think it's very likely. I think it's fait accompli that an MLS team wins the Champions Cup next year. I really do. You're basically playing an A-B team of all the best Mexican teams, but at that point in the season, semifinals and final. If there's 2 MLS teams, there will be an MLS champion. If there's 1 MLS team left, I still like MLS chances. If there's more than 2, definitely will be an MLS champion. Probably MLS versus MLS final. So you just got to deal with it the way it is. Defense Force winning Champs Cup. The away kit lost its aura on me. What, the Miami black one? Do you think Vancouver's winning this game when the game's taking place in Miami? Do you think it makes more sense for Miami to win on their home turf? When it's the 2 best teams playing each other in the league, it doesn't really matter. Miami's playing on their home turf, yes. Do I think that completely matters? No. No. Because in my opinion, here's this. Damn, 33. Here's my opinion. When you are the home team, yes, I'll be doing the FIFA Intercontinental Cup, every game of it. I even did the playoff this year, so yeah, don't worry, I'll be here for that. And the Champs Cup draw on Wednesday. The stream will come up later than expected because I got to see how the Raptors do on the 9th. Because I think that evening I'm trying to do a G League game as well. If the Raptors beat New York, I got to see how good I am at basketball. One, the 905 is undefeated right now. Second of all, if the Raptors make the NBA Cup semifinals, I got to see how good I am at doing a basketball game live before they play those semifinals. So what sets up a good bit of my schedule for the next week is after the Champs Cup final, how good does the Raptors do against New York? Do they beat them and move on to the semifinals of the NBA Cup? Then I make the Intercontinental Cup stream, and then the G League stream. Because Intercontinental Cup will go first. I have enough time to review that game. I'll be live for the G League Raptors game against Delaware. They're undefeated right now, and I think, I don't know. They're 10-0 right now, and it's the tip-off tournament. There's 4 games left in it before they do the winter showcase, and they're 10-0 right now, the 905. So they're good anyway, but, you know, I won't do that game unless the Raptors win on Tuesday. Because I don't give a shit. Well, I give a shit, but I ain't going to do a basketball game just to do it. I'm doing the G League because the Raptors 905 are undefeated right now, and it's me testing how good I am at calling a basketball game. Also with the Raptors minor league affiliate, who's amazing right now. So. Undefeated, not just amazing, undefeated. A super team. So, I care, but you know what I mean. Either way, why is Drew Fisher the ref? Because the MLS ref of the year. Yeah, no, the Raptors don't play. 905 don't play till December 10th. No, they don't. So they're undefeated, 10-0 till that game. 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, or 11, 12, 13, 14. December 16th is their, yeah, either way. FIFA Plus, the game is on, I think, but we'll find out. We excited? I'm excited. Yeah, it's called They Had the Shits. It's not exactly the fact it was humid and hot. It was the fact they had the shits. They had the freaking Montezuma's Revenge. They had the bubble guts. Hot and humid's one thing. You play in that regularly? Yeah, it sucks. AKA they know how to play in the summer. I'm pretty damn sure. You throw the shits in there. Let me tell you, the bubble guts aren't fun. I don't think that takes a damn genius to figure out. But when your stomach is ripped apart and you can't help but just shit rushing through your colon like a wave, yeah, come on now. Rocco Rios Novo in goal. It's not fun. Jordi Alba, Noah Allen, Maxi Falcone, Ian Fry. Explosive bubble guts are not fun. Baltazar Rodriguez, Sergio Busquets, Rodrigo de Paul. Matteo Silvetti, Lionel Messi, Tadeo Allende. And the funny part is I think we've all probably experienced that every so often. Well, once in a while. Drew Fisher, the center ref, because he's the referee of the year at MLS. Who's doing the coin toss? VAR referee is Carol Ann Chenard, the Canadian. So, no, it's because they had the shits. Why are the Raptors so good despite failing to capture the flag? Because they had good players anyway. Brandon Ingram is that dude. Yohei Takaoka, Matthias Laborda, Ralph Prizo, Tristan Blackman, Eddie Arocampo, Sebastian Berhalter, Andres Kubas, Ali Ahmed, Thomas Muller, Emmanuel Sabi. Up top is Brian White. But yeah, no, Brandon Ingram is that guy, is what it seems like. Because they traded for him for when he was healthy to make a difference. And he did, very much so. Also, RJ Barrett's that dude. Honestly, but RJ Barrett, they play a lot better when they both play together. We need RJ. Flamengo just won the league. They're already flying to Qatar. The main team, they're sending their last games U20s, the Youth Team Academy. And Cruz Azul are still in Mexico playing a game today. Whether they win or lose. Also, speaking of the Liga MX final, I will be live for it if Cruz Azul lose because that means they'll do it the regular time. If they win, they'll have to push it, and I'm sure that'll be after the season finale date anyway, so we're not pushing the season finale any deeper than it has to be, so. It depends. Again, do they have the shits today? No. And they're red hot right now, just like Miami are. Best team's going to win. Whoever wants it more is going to win. If they had the shits, I'd be worried. But hey, you could drink the water in Miami and not get diarrhea. Nobody tells you not to drink the water in Miami. I mean, they could still poison your food, but I don't think they feel like that because they have Messi. They probably see they have Messi and they'll be like, you know what? We don't need to poison your food. Messi will beat you anyway. Whether that's cocky or not. Either way. Morocco cooking with home-based team in the Arab Cup. Okay. I hope they make the final so I can do the final of the Arab Cup live the day before I do the AFCON or something like that. That'd be nice. Good. Notre Dame should make it in. Good. Notre Dame should make it in. Playing forward. 1 minute, 0-0, settle. LA wins in Toronto. Tell me where you heard that before. What's up? It's finals time. How we doing, soccer guy? Tigres away. Toluca Monterrey second leg tonight as well as Cruz Azul Tigres. Yep. Because I think Toluca Monterrey was supposed to be on Wednesday, Saturday. But because Cruz Azul probably has to get the hell out of there after this game's over, whether they win or not, Saturday. They both get played on Saturday and Wednesday, so because I have to get to Qatar to play the Intercontinental Cup on Wednesday, the 10th. Yeah, so playing forward. Goal kick. IndyCar receives $8 million per year from Fox broadcast deal. Well, that's pretty good. Playing forward, 0-0, settle. Just a thought. You're acting like Vancouver is freaking none of it. Dude, do you realize Vancouver's more of a rainy winter than a snowy winter? They're in the Pacific Northwest. Seattle, Portland, and Vancouver all have similar climates. Have you not seen Forks? Do you not know La Push? We do not care what you did, Carlisle. We've been waiting 100 years to challenge the Italian scum. That was a Twilight reference. Over the bar. We do not care what you did, Carlisle. Yeah, I'm a twihard. Why do you ask? Blame my mama. Oh, hell no. 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 Stop this. Stop this halftime performance nonsense. This isn't the Super Bowl. And besides, the way football, association football is played, the longer the halftime, the less you lose your rhythm and momentum. It's different. You could have a little bit longer NFL halftime. Momentum's not really a thing, or at least not as a parent. It doesn't work. in association football. It's a wonder because look at Chelsea. Halftime performance during the Club World Cup Final. Chelsea dominated the first half. I won't say Chelsea sucked in the second, but they certainly didn't add on. They just protected their lead. Oh yeah, by the way, on their way to that CCL final, Pacharo, do you realize Vancouver played in Miami? It's always warm down there. And they didn't get the shits then. You seem to forget that. And they won 5-1 on aggregate. So, what's your answer to that? That was the semifinals. Miami versus Vancouver. And Vancouver won 5-1 on aggregate while playing in Miami won the 2 games. They dominated them there, too, to get to the final. What's your answer to that? What's your answer to that? Talk about the weather. It's always warm down there. Playing forward. And by the way, December weather is pretty close to like April weather, if not a little bit less. You're acting like it's still July. Playing forward. Punched away by Rio Snovo. Allende looking good so far. I think so. Maybe the Dolphins won a Super Bowl. Lol. How we doing, William? West Coast sweater better. Allende over the bar. I don't care who wins. I'm enjoying the show. All same here. Especially this time of year. I still think Canada has the easiest group. I really do. Switzerland has done well. Yes, I will grant that. They play openly. You seem to forget how good Canada are against teams who play openly. Switzerland doesn't park the bus. On paper, we're equal, and they don't park the bus. We'll easily, I won't say easily, but we're at home. They don't park the bus. Seems like a recipe for Canada winning. Italy's ass. I don't know. Dude, I'm an Italy fan, and all these people in the comments are like, Italy's still good. What bullshit have you been smoking? Why are you acting like it's still 2006? Stop gaslighting me. I've watched this Italian team play. Even if they get through that playoff path, they're still ass. Okay? I'm a Canada fan first, but I'm also an Italy fan. I know how ass Italy is. Don't gaslight me. Don't gaslight me like this is still 2006. Yeah, Gennaro Gattuso is still there as a coach. They're ass. They're ass. They're just playing other ass teams. By the way, you want to say Wales is hard? We beat them in Wales already. We're going to play them in Canada. We already beat them. We already beat them in Wales. And Qatar, they're ass. And we've at least gotten better in 4 years. They're ass. Hell, they peaked before the World Cup in 22, and now they're still ass. Playing forward, Allende, cross, goal! Bounces off defender and in. Ocampo with an own goal, and it's 1-0 Miami. 1-0 Miami. Own goal. (8-12), 1-0. Miami leads 1-0. Own goal from Ocampo. That was definitely an own goal. You can't even discuss that it isn't. Ocampo with the own goal. He's been playing well recently, but that's a bad way to go. Over the top. Allende crosses the ball, and it bounces off Ocampo. It was not going on. It was an Ocampo own goal. Bounces off Ocampo's leg. Own goal, Eddie Ocampo, and Miami leads. Allende with a cross. Eighth minute, and it's 1-0 Miami. I'm not complaining. You jinxed the Whitecaps, Ryan. Well, what if I did? What if I did? I'm glad. If I jinx the redheaded stepchild of Canadian soccer, so be it. I'm not complaining about it. That's not what I meant to do, but if I did, it's not what I meant to do, but if I did, I think that's one of the best jinxes I've ever had. It's one of the best jinxes I ever had. If I jinx the redheaded stepchild of Canadian soccer, that's awesome. Good job. Good job, me. I'm not saying I did, but that felt like a jinx goal. That felt like a jinx goal. I didn't mean to jinx them, but if I did, if they won, I said, you know what? Good for you. Y'all deserve it. I believed in you, even though it hurt me to do it. They lose and I jinx them, I'd be like, I knew what I was doing. I can't let you win the MLS Cup. I can't let you win CONCACAF either, but, and if I do jinx them, maybe I'll have them winning CONCACAF, so I jinx them. I don't know. Either way. Canada's harder one because all the teams are even. But, yeah, they may be even. Well, Qatar isn't, but again, as I said, Canada, the way Switzerland plays benefits Canada, what they're good at. 26-1-5 when Miami scores first. Only lost to Vancouver in the Champions Cup. Oh, shit. Well, speaking of jinx, either way, Canada's the harder one because all the teams are even. Yeah, but the way we play, the way Switzerland plays, and the way we're good benefits us. People don't seem to think about that. But either way, fair enough. Yeah, they're even, but I still think Canada's the favorite. One, they're at home. Second of all, Italy's ass, but I don't even think they could park the bus against us, truthfully. The way Switzerland plays benefits us because they play openly. They don't park the bus. And Qatar's Qatar. They peaked too early before 22, and they still haven't got back to that peak. So you know what? Do with that what you will. I guess so, but how many players on that U.S. World Cup winning squad are MLSers? Now, well, with Pochettino, there might be more than like 2. Pochettino just picks the best players, which I think that's, or at least what he thinks are the best players, which I respect that. I respect it. You know, I respect that Pochettino hasn't given Tyler Adams a free spot on the national team. I respect that Pochettino hasn't given Pulisic a free spot. You know, I'm not saying that Pulisic and Adams are bad, but if they haven't earned their spot, they shouldn't get it just because they're Tyler Adams and Christian Pulisic. If Diego Luna's playing better than Christian Pulisic, give me Diego Luna. You know? I know Gutierrez is going to play for Mexico, so I'm not bringing that up. But either way, you know. Yes, I mean, if they win the World Cup, yes. I still don't think halftime shows really make any sense, but, you know, at least not in the context of MLS, but this World Cup game is not the same, Lamal. MLS Cup's the biggest tournament in MLS. Yes, because that means you won the league. Would this avenge Messi over his 28-11, 17, minus 17 goal difference versus Mueller? I mean, he has a reason to laugh. Mueller could just be like, well, it ain't my fault. I don't think he would do that, but deep down he could be like, well, I beat you with an actual good best versus best. I beat your ass. You know? Barcelona v. Bayern, I beat your ass. Argentina versus Germany, I beat your ass. Miami, Vancouver, at the end of our little story together with our plastic-ass teams who we're the best players by far, yeah, you beat me. So what? I beat you when it mattered. You might have an MLS Cup trophy, but where's your second World Cup? Where's some of your Champions Leagues besides the 5 you already have and all that? Put them on the table. So what about an MLS Cup? I think Mueller can be absolutely comfortable with the fact that where it actually mattered, he beat the shit out of Messi. Like, yeah, okay. In the league that's basically turned itself into a pretzel for Lionel Messi over the past 3 years, Messi wins the MLS Cup. I would pray he does. And they've sort of maybe got a bit of happiness for having Mueller, but dude's definitely the, well, at least one, if Messi doesn't win, the other star wins, but we still don't like it that it's Mueller. But at least we could be happy that Vancouver actually has a star on their team if they do win. Point is, so Messi beat Mueller at the retirement home playing shuffleboard. So fucking what? So fucking what? Like, yeah, Messi won in the league that's twisted itself into a pretzel. And it's a goal for Miami. No, he's offside. Silvetti is offside. Yeah, that was obviously offside. Good finish by Silvetti, though. Calm. But, I mean, yeah, the league that's twisted itself into a pretzel for Messi and basically glazed the shit out of him. Like it was a, has about done the same amount of glazing Infantino's done to Trump. Yellow card for Jordi Alba. Yeah, no, he better win. He better win. So do with that what you will. Wow. We've scored first, so you know what that means. Miami still got a chance to win. Can't wait till July 20th, 2026 to get rid of this rigged tournament. Well, how about you just make it too big to rig? Don't leave it in the hands of the refs. Bring out the belt and whip the USA's ass. Bring out the belt and beat Portugal's ass. Bring out the belt and beat Messi's ass. I mean, I got a belt right here. You want me to bring it out? I got a belt right here. You want me to bring it out? Playing forward. Bring out the belt and beat the teams who might get the rig help to beat their ass. Too big to rig, baby. I honestly hope not. Like, I'm not saying Flores sucks, but he probably will go to the World Cup, but this ain't like 2 years ago where I'm like, hey, you know what? He might be the answer. No. I think he's good, but is he like the freaking phenom we thought he'd be? No. Header over the bar. I don't know. I mean, he's a good rotation piece, but he's nothing special. You could argue his father ruined his career. Gonna change your prediction? No. No, because if Vancouver loses, I could say I jinxed them. And happily go to sleep before the Formula One Grand Prix and have a good night's sleep saying, well, at least I jinxed their ass. Yeah, Messi might have won, but at least I jinxed Vancouver's ass. There's only one team in Canada with a star. They might be dog shit right now. They still need to call the pirate, but guess who? There's only one team in Canada with a star. And that's the Kings of Canadian Soccer. Redheaded stepchild don't deserve no star. Redheaded stepchild don't deserve no star. I don't care how good you've been. I don't care how good you've been. I don't care how good you've been. Know your levels. Know your levels, damn it. Know your place. Know your place. You got to eat some good spaghetti for once instead of frickin' porridge. Good for you. Know your place. Good for you. Know your place. You got to eat some good risotto instead of frickin' gruel from the Big Brother house. Know your place. Know your place, Vancouver. Know your place. You ain't supposed to be where Toronto is. At least you never seen Southern Miss try to make a run and be what Mississippi State is. Or Ole Miss, for that matter. They don't try to get out of the frickin' cellar. I like to compare Vancouver being good to Southern Miss if they somehow had a chance to win a natty. It doesn't work because Southern ain't going to be good enough to win a natty. But there could be a G5 team in the playoff. They're in the Sun Belt, you know. What if Huff got them there? They'd still lose in the first round. I don't know if I'd like seeing it. Unlike Vancouver, I'd actually probably root for Southern to win that game. But either way, again, know your place. Know your place. Good. Reclam Tech. 4-0 World Cup 2010. Yeah, we already went through that. Well, that's awesome. Call the pirate. I like Cristiano more, but Messi is the better player. On the merits, Messi is the better player, but I'm more of a fan of Cristiano. I'm more of a Cristiano fan, truly, but Messi is the better player. That's the way I look at it. On the merits, Messi is the better player. 22nd minute, 1-0. Uno Aceto. Messi with the ball. Speaking of Messi. Headed away. Chippy, all Miami finals get chippy. Or just put belt to ass on everybody who's getting the help. That does sound pretty good. I don't want Vancouver to win, asshole. I mean, if they do, I'll be like, hey, good job. Do I really want them to win, though? No. It makes Toronto look bad. If they equal us on stars, it makes us look bad. I mean, they still need to call the pirate because we'll still be shit if they don't. And they'll still probably be good next year. But if they eat shit, at least I feel good for 3 months, you know? Again, Vancouver needs to know their place. And that's under my boot. Or AKA Toronto's boot. Kiss it. Kiss it, damn it. Mal. Feels like Atlanta, Portland a little bit. Honestly agree. Free kick now. Vancouver is under my freaking boot. Kiss it! At least Montreal's still under our boot, though. That's good. Things never change. Saved by Takaoka. That was actually, I thought that was an okay free kick, but at least Montreal's still under our boot. At least we could go to sleep fine. I'm doing just fine, BKL. I'm doing just fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Weak kick. But hey, at least Montreal's still under Toronto's boot. At least what matters more still happened. But they went further in Can Champ. Yeah, did they win it, though? Okay. Toronto still finished above Montreal on the table, yeah? Okay. Just making sure I wasn't that crazy. I don't know. That's a questionable call. That probably should be looked at. I won't lie. Either way. Miami's defense has gotten very much better over the year, yeah. I think Miami's defense has gotten much better over the year, yes. Yes. Playing forward, blocked away. I wasn't saying... I didn't say you should. I said Vancouver should. I was saying no, Vancouver is more like under Toronto's boot, but let's be honest. The only way they'd be under Toronto's boot again is if they called the Pirates. So I didn't say you kissed my feet or my boot. I said them. It's more of a dress shoe anyway, but it works. Yeah, it works. Either way. No penalty after review. I feel like that's a harsh call. I think they missed it. It's Miami, though. Who are we kidding? Well, them too. How many Mexican teams could MLS, Central American, and Caribbean teams beat? Well, no, yeah. Cibao almost beat Chivas last year, or earlier this year. Almost last year. So that's one. They're not even in Champions Cup this year, so that's out of there. I'd say MLS teams, the top ones, could beat almost every Mexican team. At least at home. Over 2 legs, that's a little bit more questionable. But look at the Leagues Cup. Look at the Leagues Cup. I mean, even mid-tier MLS teams beat lower-tier Mexican teams. Shot, Messi. Say about Takaoka. So you just have to look at the situation itself. Lower-tier Mexican teams, they all lose to MLS teams. Home and away. Now, of course, we've only seen them at home games against those mid-tier, lower-tier MLS teams and the higher-tier ones. Higher tier is a little bit different. So I'd say 13 out of 18 Mexican teams, all MLS teams would beat home and away. Or at least 10 out of 18 home and away. There's like another 3 home you'd beat easy, away I'm not sure. Then there's 5 teams home and away, it's tough. But the top teams can beat at home and maybe could draw away and win on aggregate. It's still the away games that are MLS's problem. It's just not as obvious as it was 10 years ago. There's still, away games are still a problem against the big teams as well. Central American and Caribbean, I mean, you had Herediano beating Toluca that one time. I hope Marcel didn't hear that because he's definitely going to lose his shit if he did. Probably doesn't want to remember that one. Cibao almost beaten Chivas, which they should have, in my opinion. Real Esteli, Tigres was pretty close. The Central American teams make it look pretty close after the first leg, normally. It's hard to play in Central America, too, speaking of away matches. But there's always one big upset from a Central American team against a Mexican or MLS team during Champions Cup. It just depends on who's the worst at the point. Like, who has the worst form at that point or has gone through a lot of turmoil. Like, look at the RSL match. Look at RSL versus Herediano. Speaking of upsets, look at that. RSL sold their best players, dumbly so, chose to have a cup squad and rotated. They kind of beat themselves, but, you know, it depends on who has the worst form. Toluca, well, they weren't what they are now. No. But that was a little bit shocking. And Herediano won that at Nemesio Diaz too, weirdly enough. But either way, there's always one big upset. There's always one, maybe two. I wouldn't say sometimes and when there's two, it's normally 1-1, like one Mexican, one American, or one MLS. But CPL sides, I'm not sure. Forge has not had a fun time against Mexican teams, home or away. Playing Ford hasn't really had fun times, home or away. So, well, them too. Sabi stepped over Alba's foot, looking at another replay. They made the right call. Okay. 30th minute, Miami winning 1-0. 1-0. That was a penalty shootout. I said they can. It's just rare. I didn't say they all lose. I said get a draw down there, win on aggregate. But Tigres lost on penalties to Columbus in Mexico. Vancouver did draw Monterrey in Mexico, yes, and eliminated them with that draw, yes. That was not at Monterrey's own stadium, though. I think they got driven out of their stadium by a concert. They were playing at Santos Laguna because I think, what was it, Shakira who had a concert at BBVA that day? I think. So they were playing at Santos. So, you know, I think that definitely changed things for Monterrey, for sure. But then again, the team who made the final was out of their own stadium playing a different Liga MX team stadium because they got pushed out of the Azteca for renovation. So is that really an excuse? Cruz Azul won the Champs Cup playing games at another team's stadium because they got pushed out of both the Azteca and Estadio Cruz Azul, which is named for them. They got pushed out of both, and they still won the Champions Cup. So, is that really an excuse? Now, of course, Olympico Universitario is still in Mexico City, but I don't think Torreon is as close to Monterrey as Olympico Universitario Pumas is to both Cruz Azul normal stadiums. So, again, it's not that much of an excuse, though. Free kick for Berhalter. Header, saved. That's true. That is true. But yeah. I'm glad Mazatlan is gone. Mazatlan is gone, and I'm glad about it. Playing forward. Like, Atlante is more football heritage than Mazatlan. Sadly, we didn't get Monarcas back or Atletico Morelia, but I'll accept Atlante. I'll accept that. That's more heritage anyway than Mazatlan. I wish it was Atletico Morelia, but beggars can't be choosers. At least we have a team with actual heritage in Liga MX instead of Mazatlan. Good. Wow. Wow about what? I've never said. Playing forward. But 35th minute. Playing forward. Olympico Universitario. No. No, I don't think so. Free kick for Berhalter. I think Cruz Azul was just really good right now. Header blocked away. Vancouver has it. Oh, you're talking about foot. Ultimo team. Talk about Ultimo team. Rodrigo de Paul not getting an upgrade and Berhalter not. '38th minute, another free kick. Berhalter. Free kick for Berhalter, basically a mini corner. Cross in. Header. Vancouver gets there. Ball crossed in. Headed on. Sean Sabby saved. My God, he's horrible at finishing. That was such a good chance. Sabby. He cannot finish to save his damn life. Like, I swear, man. Sabby is the worst. Like, he gets so many good chances. And he just cannot slot one. My God. If I had a hat, I'd flick it. Jesus Christ. Dude. What the hell? Like, this man has got like 5, 10, 15 good chances every game of the playoffs and just no finishing product. My God. I don't think I've ever seen a player this bad at finishing. Like, the dude's got to have a 0.5 goal percentage. Jesus Christ. My God. Side foot right at the keeper. Wow. Like, he should have put that away. Short side. He should have put it away. AKA, maybe just tap it under his legs. Tap, tap, tap. whatever Happy Gilmore joke that was. Tap, tap, tappy, tap, whatever it is, you know, just tap, tap. Speaking of Happy Gilmore, you suck, you jackass. You suck, you jackass. Playing forward. But then again, maybe Miami are kind of playing with fire. I'm not surprised. Both these teams are very good. Right now, Miami, thanks to an own goal by Campo and Allende with a cross that set up the own goal. Ball crossed in, header save. Rios Novo, oh my God, he almost fell into his own net. Makes you wonder. I would not like to see that shit show. Like, he almost fell into his own net. Like, his momentum legit might have taken him. Like, if he didn't watch himself, he might have been taken past the goal line by his own momentum. Free kick the other way. He almost. He almost. But playing forward. Player down. Goal kick. $52 minutes. Offside free kick. 4 days Cruz Azul facing Fluminense. Will be live for it. One, two, yep, the Wednesday the 10th will be live for it. Offside free kick. $43rd minute. It's Flamengo. I know. Did I? Maybe I did. I don't know. I threw away the damn freaking turn top on my freaking Mountain Dew. My head's a little bit scrambled, I guess, right now. Fluminense. Okay, my bad. Flamengo. My bad. I guess I am chopped up today. I don't know. Maybe I am a little bit topsy-turvy today. I mean, shit. I threw away my turn top on my Mountain Dew when I opened it. Shit, I'm having a freaking... I don't know what the hell. Either way. Flamengo, my bad. Playing forward. At least I didn't call him Palmeiras. Muller. That would have been worse. Miami, 44th minute. Free kick. I saw the draw yesterday. I was live for it. I was live for the draw. I was live for the draw, so yes. Who was in Group K? Shit. Didn't Jamaica, Suriname, and yeah, my brain is off today. Holy shit. My brain is off today. Holy shit. Well, I haven't really. I only know Canada's by memory. Canada, Qatar, Switzerland, and Italy or Wales, or whoever the hell gets out of it. That's the only one I know by heart. America, Australia, European team, and Paraguay. Okay, no, I know that one as well. Mexico, South Korea, South Africa, playoff team, yeah? Playing forward. Yep, playoff, Brazil, Haiti, Morocco, Scotland, yeah. Colombia, Portugal, Uzbekistan, playoff. Well, there was a playoff team in there, yeah. Well, at least I knew the playoff team was in there. Okay. I mean, half the groups have a damn playoff team, so I mean 50-50, right? But either way, Messi to take a free kick, 2 minutes stoppage time. I haven't put them all to memory yet. Besides, there's things called playoffs. 47th minute. Header. They're in the book, though. Playing forward. I mean, halftime, 1-0. I mean, I am a redneck, so it's not offensive to me. I'd rather be called a redneck than a Yankee. If I was a coach and I either coached against a European team because it was the Club World Cup, or I chose to coach an English team, I'd rather be called a redneck than a Yankee. I'd rather be called a hick than a Yankee. Call me what I am. Oh, call me a Canuck. Hick, Yankee, or hick, redneck. Call me what I am. Not a Yankee, please. If you're going shit on me in my accent, call me what I am. Either you're mad I beat the shit out of your team, or you're just being offensive because you hate my accent where I'm from and the side of the world I'm from, even though I know more than you anyway. Even though my brain's bigger than yours anyway. But, do that what you will. Not you specifically, but, Euro snobs. My brain's bigger than yours anyway. I know more about the sport than you ever forgotten. So, hey, talk your shit. I know more than you. But call me a redneck all you want, fine. Call me a redneck while you're down in your sixth beer at the pub. Like, that's cool. That's cool. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Halftime, it's 1-0. One 1-0, medio tiempo. Miami looks slightly like the better team, but this ain't over yet. Who's winning? Miami. So, Is it offensive to me? No. What's offensive is being called a Yankee. That's offensive. That's offensive. Because I'm not a Yankee. I ain't from New York. And I ain't a Northerner. And by that I mean I ain't a city boy. I can live in a city, or at least live near a city and have fun in a city, but I'm a country boy. Have a farm on the outskirts of the city or suburban area, 30 minutes away from the city, and still have fun in the city. That's my ideal idea. Have farmland on the outskirts of the suburban area and be like 25, 30 minutes away from the city. Whether that farm is an actual farm or a dog rescue shelter farm. Either or. Because the land will be used for something. Maybe part of it's also a garden if it's that other, the latter. That'll have to be discussed. But not with y'all. You'll see one day though. But yeah. Farmland on like 25 minutes away from the city, but still live like a country boy, and then also hike and camp and stay in the mountains like in Seaverville or whatever during like an off season or whatever, yeah. Sounds good to me. But either one. Sounds good to me. I'm happy. Let me be a country boy and talk about football, and I'm happy. And be a football nut, and I'm happy. Leave me be. Well, sports nut, but mostly association football. Either way. So no, redneck's not offensive to me because that's what I am. It's what I am. And a hick. It's what I am. It's what I am. It's not offensive to me. You're just calling me what I am. It's offensive to call me what I'm not. And it's offensive to call me an elitist. It's offensive to call me a highfalutin jackass. It's insensitive to call me a Yankee. It's insensitive to call me a city boy. That's offensive because I'm not any of those things. I'm not any of those things. I am a redneck. It's not offensive. I may be smarter than the average redneck, but either way, it's not about your genius. It's not about your genius. It's about how you act and where you're from. It's not about your genius because there ain't many smart rednecks. That is true. But you don't have to be dumb to be a redneck. It's just rare that there's either way. Either way. Miami has less expected goals than they're winning? Weird. Okay. Enough about that. Norway's the ultimate dark horse in the World Cup. And you just cursed them. Stop calling teams dark horses. It never ends well. It never ends well. I ain't no lumberjack either. I don't chop down trees. I'm not a lumberjack. I don't chop down trees. Even if I had a regular farm, I still wouldn't chop. Well, I could chop wood for firewood, but would I chop down trees? Unless I have to, no. But buying like slabs of wood, like logs, and then making them into firewood, splitting them and making them into firewood, fine, sure. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do that. Chop down a tree, though. By myself? That's an idea. Taking the logs when they get the trees chopped down when they need to, or just buying the logs to turn them into firewood. Fine, good. I can do that. I can split that. But either way. Well, it's both. It's both. I hate it. Gunther retiring John Cena sucks, man. If Cena wins, I guess it sucks less, but either way, I don't like it. Whitecaps choke an own goal. Habs playing the Leafs later. Rednecks can dress up too. Dude, I bought this shit from Kohl's. It's not like it's a Tiffany & Co. suit. It's a suit jacket and a shirt and pants from Kohl's. What, you want me to make it myself? I don't know how to sew a suit together. Shit, I don't know. I'll find out. Either way. Shit, I don't know. Find out. Either way. I bought this from Kohl's. Well, it is Tommy Hilfiger. That ain't bad. But either way. It's Kohl's. Trust me, that's... But you could dress up. Don't... If it was a Tommy suit, if it was a freaking Tiffany & Co. suit or Armani, then you'd have a point. You'd have a point. If you stop pay for play. Yes. Lol. Either way. Well, that being said, we'll take a short break, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit time, be back, 1-0, 1-0. We're back for the stats of the half. We're back for the stats of the half. I'll tell you what they are before we get going. 37% possession, 63% possession. 4 shots to 4, 1 shot on goal to 3. 118 accurate passes, 83% to 207, 87%. Second half's about to start. 10 fouls to 14, 0 corners to 0, 4 shots to 4, 1 shot on goal to 3. Vancouver has more shots and they're down. That's crazy. Well, they've been chasing the game. That's true. 142 passes to 239, 83% pass accuracy to 87% pass accuracy, 5 throws to 10, 7 touches opposition box to 10, 2 offside to 0, 1 yellow card to 2, 0 red cards to 0, 1-0 at the half. 1-0 medio tiempo. Miami, I think, have been very amazing defensively so, which is rare, but they've definitely been better defensively throughout the second half of the season. Miami's been doing well. They got their goal and they've held on for – they've played with fire a little bit, but defensively I think they've been amazing. Yeah, Vancouver's had some really good chances, but Miami have seemed to see this out. But there's 45 more minutes, and we'll see if the trophy's lifted. By the way, I looked over the Eddie Merlot menu, and I was delighted. I want to eat filet mignon, pot stickers, and it's Faroe Island salmon. Yeah, the filet mignon. Wagyu filet mignon. Well, I mean, I'm sure both is amazing, but, you know. Salmon, I just stick with the steak. Like, I mean, I like fish, but you give me a choice between a filet mignon and a salmon, I'm going to take the filet mignon 100 times out of 100 now. But I say I can live in the city. I can enjoy time in the city. I can enjoy beautiful restaurants and beautiful dinners. I can do that. I ain't gonna eat no vegetarian small portion food though. You know, like it's gonna be a steak, or fish is good too, but it's gonna be meat. There's gonna be meat on that plate. Whether it's a fish or a chicken or a steak, there's gonna be meat on that plate. Medium rare, by the way. Well, steak, medium rare. Of course, fish and chicken have to be well done, because if you don't, you've got salmonella. But when we're talking about steak, medium rare. Medium rare. Medium rare. If you're over like 12, if you're in middle school or older and you get well done steak, I don't trust you. Because, yes, I mean, growing up, when I was a kid, yeah, well done. I didn't realize, I learned by the time I got into middle school. I started to learn by grade 6, 12 years old. Well done is ass. Medium. I did medium well, then medium rare. By the time I got to like middle of high school, I was on medium rare. I never looked back. Point is, if you're older than middle school age and you eat well done steak, I don't trust you. You're weird. I mean, medium well is even questionable, but if you eat well done steak and you're older than 13, I don't know if I trust a vegetarian more than you. I don't know if I do, frankly. Manny's nephews, Leo and Al. Yeah? Okay. Clean up your mess. If you don't, you won't watch the rest of the game. All right? Clean up after yourselves. Be civilized. Be civilized people. Be civilized human beings. Clean up after your mess. All right? Always, always clean up after yourself. Don't be lazy. Okay? Good talk. Free kick for Vancouver over the bar. Goal kick. Clean up after yourself. Vital information for your everyday life. Your life is better if you clean up after yourself. I have OCD, so I have to. But even if you don't, you should. What? Everybody would rather live in a clean space. Even if you don't have OCD like me. And I have OCD bad. Also about stupid things, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah. Clean up after yourselves. You want to watch the rest of the game, clean up after yourselves. Do what Manny tells you. We good? All right. BKL? Don't. Are you kidding? I'm going to let this one slide because we're good friends, but you got to be kidding me. And that's a penalty. Nope, that's a goal kick. Goal kick. We're very good friends, and I was in your YouTube roundup top 5. I'll let this one slide, but I'm wondering now. You got to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. I'll let you slide. I'll let you slide. You're good in my book, but you got to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. I do trust you completely, and your wrong opinions on steak can't break that trust, but my God, you got to be kidding me. Well, the well done thing is if I don't know you well enough, but I'm definitely questioning that. Playing forward. And that should be a free kick, but no, goal kick. Or not. No, it is a free kick. Why we point the same way for a foul and a goal kick? Jesus Christ, man. He's pissed off, so it's a free kick. 74 today in San Antonio. Hey, let's not do that to them. Do you want to scare them? Let's not sick the boogeyman on them. I just find the boogeyman stupid, but if you sick boogeyman on like kids, they're gonna get scared. I find the boogeyman stupid. Playing forward. I mean, yeah, eating worms, disgusting, but you know, other than that, I'd just be like, really? Header punched away. Oh. Gorgeous day. No problem. It's not, if it's sunburn, I always eat like that, but not to burn. Based. Thank you. Yes. I will not eat the bugs, damn it. I want my red meat. Hell, I'll eat chicken too, but I will not eat the bugs. I will not eat the grass. I will not eat the soy. I want my red meat. Forever and always. Take it from my cold. Hold on. From my cold, dead hands. From my cold, dead hands. I know it's a book, but I don't have a piece of steak to hold up. And yeah, I channeled my inner Charlton Heston there. Yeah, I did. 48th minute. What's the score? It's 1-0 Miami. Miami. Vancouver's had some chances, though. Caught Takaoka. Headed away. Header. Wide. Wide by Messi. Wide by Miami. Miami winning 1-0. I don't know how you missed that, but they're still leading. Oh, wait, where was that question? Oh, I missed it. Yeah, I did, didn't I? What type of steak is your favorite? I almost missed that. Ooh. Baltazar Rodriguez is offered Telesco Segovia. Ooh. Damn. I like New York strip. I like a ribeye. I like filet. I like that rib roast that makes like 5 steaks that you cut the 5 steaks off of. Gonna have that for Christmas, I presume. Which is pretty much a ribeye, rib roast, ribeye. I like a ribeye. Tomahawk. I've never really done the tomahawk. But, shit. Give me a medium rare steak. Grill it good. Or pan fry, whatever. I'll eat it. Medium rare. Whether it's a filet, a ribeye, a New York strip, you fry it, you pan fry it good, you sear it good, you grill it good. Give me some good butter on it. Baste it with some butter, the compound butter. I don't discriminate. If it's real meat and a real steak, medium rare, medium, I don't discriminate. I mean, yeah, no, Wagyu cuts are the best. Duh. Kobe beef, Wagyu, those are the best cuts. But I ain't going to discriminate. I mean, I guess Wagyu filet mignon, because it just melts in your mouth. That's my favorite. That's a treat, per se. That I love having when I can. But again, I mean, I can't really say I have a favorite cut. Like, I love having a Wagyu filet mignon or a Wagyu cut as a treat when I can. Those are the best steaks because of the marbling and the way the fat cooks it. But Vancouver playing to Ford. But, again, cleared away. I can't say I have a favorite cut. Ribeye, strip, filet, which I guess the ribeye is the strip and the filet, I think. Is the strip and the filet in the same cut. They don't cut it off each other. So I guess I do like fajita steak as well. But either way, just give me a shot. Goal for Vancouver. The game is tied. 1-1. Ali Ahmed with a goal. Uno. They finally get the goal they've been looking for, the Whitecaps. Ali Ahmed. Vancouver, Miami was playing with fire. They got burnt. Ali Ahmed with a goal. Vancouver gets their goal finally. 60 minutes in, 30 minutes to go. No wonder Europe wants him. Yeah, that was class. Sabi with a pass. Brian White with a pass. Ali Ahmed, boom, off the hands of Rios Novo and in. But that is definitely Ali Ahmed's goal. Boom. It was going on target anyway. Off Rios Novo's hands and in. 60 minutes. 1-1, uno. This cup still has some drama in it. Playing forward. But watch that game. It definitely was. I watched a derby between Auckland FC and Wellington Phoenix. The atmosphere felt like Europe. But again, no wonder Europe wants him. Ali Ahmed. Oh, I get why. Okay. Men's easy group. Underestimated South Korea, South Africa. Well, South Korea, you might be a bad idea. Yeah, it was coming from Vancouver. But again, as I was saying, if it's a medium rare steak that's grilled well or seared well, here's Sabi. Shot. Oh, off the post. Sabi off the post. He was actually close for once. Damn, man. Vancouver easily could have taken the lead there. But again, medium rare steak, any cut, melt in your mouth, or at least easy to chew. But if it's medium rare, it is. Good pan fry, good sear, even in an oven or air fryer, grill, Blackstone or a regular old propane or charcoal grill. Charcoal. You know what? I prefer charcoal. I'm going to be real. Playing forward Miami. Alba. Now, of course, I do want a Blackstone grill. Like a flat top Blackstone, like a teppanyaki type grill, which I guess in that case you could do that on there. But a Blackstone griddle like that's full size and all that. If I was rich enough to buy both, I would. But at some point, I would hope so. But I'd want a Blackstone first. Or at least a griddle. I actually saw an ad on like those play to win games, like play well games, all that. You get extra money for playing games and hitting levels and all that. On my tablet. And it was like a griddle. It was a grill with a griddle, a regular grill, and a burner. And a pot burner, like what you would put a pot on. That might be, it had all three. And like some counter space. Had all three. maybe that's the answer. It was on an Amazon ad, and I don't remember the brand, but there was a griddle, like a Blackstone connected to a regular grill. I don't know if it was propane or charcoal. If it was a charcoal grill connected to a Blackstone with a freaking burner on it, that's perfect. That's perfect. Playing forward. Because there's some things you need to actually probably use a real grill for. Like if I wanted to make a beer can chicken. Make that recipe again. You have to put that on a real grill with a top. Whether it be propane or charcoal. Haven't done that in like years. But either way, you couldn't do that on a griddle because there's no top. Like you have to like radiate the heat. Either way. I'd probably prefer grilling a steak on an actual grill than a griddle. Maybe the Blackstone part for like the sear, and then you throw it on the grill for the most of the real cooking. Probably could do both, especially if it was connected. But either way, 1-1 uno. And then you can make a side on the burner, like maybe some black-eyed peas or something. I mean, black-eyed peas with steak don't sound too bad, I gotta say. Don't sound too bad. Don't sound too bad. I might have to look into that one, I won't lie. Blackstone connected to a real grill with a burner on the side. Like counter space, Blackstone, real grill, burner, pot burner. As in like a burner you'd put a pot on, like a stove top. I guess that's the better term. Like one, yeah, that would be perfect. Make a side in a pot on the stove top piece. Miami need to figure out something quick. Yeah, I think Vancouver might just be the better, well, there's extra time, but I think Vancouver have the edge right now. I think they were starting to build an edge about the 30th minute. They just couldn't finish, but they finally finished, and now the game's tied. So it's about kind of going how I expected it a little bit. Maybe not 2-2, but Ryan Gould's coming on. And Jodaric Poupe coming on. Sabi for Gould? No. Maybe he's just getting a water bottle. Maybe he's just getting a water bottle. Quick. Ali Ahmed, 1-1. '25, 2010. Happened more than I would have thought. Either way, tomorrow morning we have the Formula One Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We will see a champion crowned, a World Drivers' Champion crowned. History awaits again. Max Verstappen on pole. Lando Norris starting second. Oscar Piastri starting third. But we'll be live for that in the morning. Of course, we have to review this match first. But I will see you at 7 a.m. Whoever's up for that Grand Prix. And I guess maybe some F1 fans who drop in. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be an amazing Grand Prix, so I'd say drop in. Ryan Gould coming in for Ali Ahmed. Hell, if you stay up all night to watch it, you have time to take a nap. Thanks, MLS. You gave us an early one. Prizo off for Poupe. I'm glad they lost the Champs Cup for Toronto reasons, of course. Miami will bring on Suarez soon, but will he make a difference? No. Unless you pull him for Messi, because he plays well without Messi, but, there you go. Molino finishes third top scorer at the age of 35, a midfielder only behind O&M player and Sabal Rivaldo Correa. I think it's Harold Francetti. I would presume O&M player being Harold Francetti. I don't think it's Monterola, but it's either one of them two. It's either Francetti or Monterola. They seem to score a lot of the goals for O&M. I think it's Francetti. But wild that Mount Pleasant won the title without having a top scorer candidate. Wild. And only one loss. Wild. Either way, I think it's Francetti. Gerard Francetti, okay. Monterola didn't do too bad either, but yeah, I thought it was Francetti. Hope to see Fafa Pico do something. He's not Argentinian. Why? He's not South American. Why do you think he will? As in, why do you think Mascherano will give him a chance at all? I love Fafa. I think he's a good player. You really think he's going to get a chance from Mascherano? You realize he's not South American. I mean, Mascherano's gotten a little bit more lenient on that. I think he's actually cared about what makes his team win more than, oh, this guy's Argentinian. This guy's Uruguayan. This guy's Paraguayan or whatever. I'll play them. Now, I think he's gotten better on that. But I still feel like he has South American bias. Well, Jordi Alba's Spanish and Sergio's Spanish. Well, fair enough. But non-American bias or non-MLSer bias. Or is he Messi's friend bias? How about that? Let's just line it up like that. Javier Mascherano for most of the season had is he Messi's friend bias. That's why I'm surprised Ian Fry started. He's gotten a little bit better about it. Miami playing forward. Rodrigo de Paul. De Paul, goal! Rodrigo de Paul! Speaking of Messi's friend, it's 2-1. Rodrigo de Paul. Well, he ain't done shit till now, but that was a good moment to do shit. 2-1. 2-1. Yeah, but is he Messi's friend, though? Is he Messi's friend, though? 2-1. 2-1. 2-1, 2-1. Rodrigo de Paul. He's barely done anything since he's came over, but he chose he pulled a Gareth Bale. He pulled a Gareth Bale. He ain't really done shit since he's came over, but he did it now. Messi gets the ball and De Paul makes the run and he slots it past Takaoka. 2-1. I did say 2-2 after 90, so maybe it wasn't the goal scorers I expected, but we still got time. 71 minutes for De Paul. Messi with the assist. 2-1, 2-1. Where's Muller? He is still on the pitch. Invisible. Oh, been looking for your channel all day after the World Cup drawing. Well, thank you. What, did you forget about it? Did you not subscribe during? Let's see here. Oh, you've been here before. Real Madrid, CF Pachuca, World Cup, Club World Cup. So you've been here before. 4 months ago. 5 months ago. Welcome back. Playing forward. Miami playing forward. 73rd minute. Ball crossed over the top. Allende gets bodied off by Laborda. Maybe he just didn't talk. And Messi just got, yellow card for Kubas. I think that's a good call. That's definitely a yellow card. Oh, that was a dirty, I don't know about a dirty tackle, but that was a heavy tackle. I mean, yeah, that's a yellow. Even if it's Messi, that's a yellow. Olympiacos. 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 Yes. 34-7 for Texas Tech over BYU to win the Big 12 championship. I'm not surprised. Mike Leach is smiling down on Texas Tech. Wreckham Tech. Well, at least the players. Well, no, they did. The new administration of Texas Tech have done enough with Leach's family to try to bridge the gap. I bet he's smiling down on Texas Tech right now. I'm sure. That one's for Coach Leach. Good for Texas Tech. Because Washington State and Mississippi State couldn't muster up shit this year. Thank you, Texas Tech. We love it. 75th minute. That one's from Coach Leach. Free kick for Miami. Over the top. Header. Over the bar. I think it's a good appointment. I mean, LAFC has a system. They're built by their front office. Mark DeSantos is a good coach. I don't see them falling off. Like, I think LAFC are better off appointing somebody from the circle of Sharundalo. From the person who's been at the club, not the whole time because he coached Vancouver for a couple of years, but I think Mark's a good coach. I think he's going to do well over there with LA. I think he's going to do well over there, and I wish him all the best. And I'll be rooting for him. I want to see him do well, as long as he's not playing Toronto. Head it over. I wish him the best. I think he's a good coach. I think he's a smart guy. He's good at what he does. I wish Mark all the best. I think he did a very good job as an assistant coach to Sharundalo. I think he definitely had a lot of influence in that technical area. If you always saw them talking to each other when they were about to make decisions. I think he has a lot of influence on that team, even before this year. I think he has a lot of influence on that team. I think it's more of a continuity hire, but that's LAFC for you. And they still have a very solid team. I think he will do a very good job. I would be shocked if he didn't. I'd be shocked if he didn't. I think it's good for LAFC to keep their continuity, especially still having Bouanga and Son and players like that. It's good for them to have their continuity. If they were in a position as to where they didn't have Son and Bouanga and they were rebuilding, okay, you go for somebody else and have a new ideal, working with the front office, but somewhat new ideal. Right now, I think you have to go with consistency. I think you have to go with continuity. And he's a good coach. I'd rather have, I heard this was an obvious call because they've been rumoring this for like a couple of months that it was going to be MDS. Him or Razov. It was one or the other. And I'd prefer Mark over Razov. Razov is a good rah-rah guy, but I don't think tactically he's that good of a coach compared to Mark. Mark has a good, not with Vancouver, but they kind of screwed him over. That was before Axel Schuster. They kind of screwed him over. But in the lower leagues, as an assistant, he has a very good resume. So, Yannick Bright coming on for Silvetti here. I think he'll do a good job. I think he'll do a very good job with LAFC. I'd be shocked if he didn't. So, I think they made the right choice. And I will say, I kind of believe the choking was Sharundalo, so we'll see if that's the case. Even though I said MDS had power. Still all up to the head coach, but we'll see. I think he's better than Sharundalo. I really do. Is it a big name? No, but I mean, if you're around MLS circles, Canadian soccer circles, lower league US circles, he's a good name. He's a good coach. It's kind of like Savarese before he came to the Timbers, you know? Except that Vancouver stint was not great. But either way, I have no idea. Well, the CPL is a good league. I wish the CPL was still in the Central American Cup. I really do. Because we proved that we're right up there with Costa Rica. We're right up there with Honduras. Put Forge against Alajuelense. Let's see what happens. I think Forge would beat Alajuelense. If you put Forge against this Tricampeon Alajuelense, two-legged tie, Forge would win. I'll say that right now. You know what? I hope Forge gets a semi-easy draw. And they beat whoever they get in the prelim round. And they go straight to playing Alajuelense in the round of 16. I hope so. I hope so. Because Forge would beat Alajuelense. Two-legged tie, they would beat them. Call it. I'm calling it. Forge would. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. Over 2 legs, win at Forge, win at Hamilton. Do enough in Alajuela to win the tie. If not, win 1-0 in Alajuela. But certainly win at Hamilton. 3-1, 3-0. Win 1-0 on the road, 1-1 draw, win over 2 legs. Yeah. They did win in Central America as well. But either way, Forge would beat Alajuelense over 2 legs. I say yes. You're running out of time, though. 80th minute. Can Vancouver find an answer to send this to extra time, or will Miami hold on and win the cup? Didn't Forge lose both legs last year? Calvary did better. It's called they played Monterrey. That's not a Central American team. I mean, I guess it depends on how you look at Mexico, but they're certainly not the same quality as a Central American Cup team. Forge played a top-level Mexican side who had just gotten Sergio Ramos. Looks like they're going to bring on Cabrera. Looks like who they're going to bring on is Cabrera instead. Kenji Cabrera, yeah. So, as I said, they're not a Central American team. That doesn't prove my point. That doesn't disprove my point either. It was Monterrey. It was Monterrey. What the hell, man? May God protect their souls still to this day. Amen. I say Tigres and Toluca. Tigres and Toluca. Only because I want to do the final on Thursday and Sunday and be doing the Apertura final. Cruz Azul wins. That means we have, I don't know if I'll be able to be live for the Apertura final because I have to go to Qatar first. Yeah, Calvary beat Pumas in the first leg. Yes, they did. Pumas are not Monterrey. Pumas are a questionable. By the way, at the time Pumas were playing Calvary, they were horrible. Like, yeah, Calvary's a good team. I respect Tommy Williams Jr. I think Calvary's an amazing team. I have no hate for anybody in the CPL. I'm a Forge fan, but I watch everybody with respect, and I have respect for everybody in that league. Calvary, and I was rooting for them to win that game. Calvary. And I was happy they did. But let's not forget that the Pumas at the time, I know they made the quarterfinals against Miami. I know they did. But at the time, their coach was ass. They were struggling horribly in February. at that point going into that game against Calgary. And Calgary was playing him at Starlight Stadium. And Calgary, I thought, did okay on the road as well. But it's all about the context. And the context is Pumas at the time were definitely struggling at the time. Monterrey are still Monterrey. And Forge also played their home leg on a damn freaking sheet of ice. That didn't help matters either. 85th minute. Your point was Liga MX, yes, but I'm comparing the two sides. Neither of those teams are Central American teams. Calgary beat a Liga MX side. Good. One that was weak at the time. They did their job, sure. No disrespect, no disagreement. They did their job. Forge were playing a team who were still a good team where they were an underdog even at home. It's a difference. There we go. Had to put my charger on. 85th minute. So, do with that what you will. 2-1 Miami. 2-1 Miami. 2-1. 6 minutes or 4 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Miami are this close to a cup. Don't blow it. I thought Vancouver played well, but DePaul, perfect pass from Messi. I don't know. We got to see the draw. And frankly, we got to see how this game plays out. '87th minute. We got to see how that plays out. Vancouver is level. 87th minute, or they were level. Got that highlight a bit late, didn't I? I really wish Vancouver could win, says Sean. I don't. Maybe I am a jinx. '70, 88th minute. Playing forward. If it was San Diego, would there be a difference? I think Vancouver's better than San Diego. If he does that, he's lost his damn mind. if he does, I understand why Sergio's retiring. Suarez should retire. Alba, I don't understand it. He should not be retiring. He's still got it. Messi would be the craziest one. You're 6 months away from a World Cup. But then again, Messi was like, I may be watching on TV. I thought he meant if he got injured. Clear away. I didn't think he meant maybe I'm retiring and you just don't know it yet. I hope that's not the case, but why would he? Dude, why not just go through the World Cup and the rest of the MLS season? Why not? You really think Miami is going to let Messi retire, one, before the World Cup, two, before their stadium opens, when he's their cash cow? They're opening their stadium next year. Ochello's on and Jaden Nelson's on. Really, Jaden Nelson's on for stoppage time. What dumbass move is that? If he retires, that means no World Cup? Yeah, it doesn't mean a World Cup because he won't be there. That makes no sense to me. Well, in football, I mean, you could sign a contract for like 4 years. They could still sell your ass. So, Cello Wingon on for Fry. 2-1. So, it is what it is, frankly. Either way, I believe Messi is going to be at the World Cup, and I believe he's going to play at the new stadium. Like, that makes complete sense to me. But then again, I mean, he did take growth hormone to grow as tall as he is. He could have been a midget if he didn't. So, I mean, I guess he technically did if you think about it. Header. Flores playing for Canada in the World Cup. He's switching. It seems to me he'll switch to Canada. Here comes Miami. I don't know if he'll be playing for him or on the squad. We'll find out. We'll find out. Either way. Playing forward. But isn't that like an open story that, like, when he was in La Masia, they had Messi taking growth hormone so he wouldn't be a midget? Like, wasn't that an open story? So he did take steroids. In theory, he did take steroids because growth hormone is a steroid. But I think he got away with it because it was a prescription reason, so he could actually be tall enough to play football. And he's still short, but if he didn't take it, he would have been a midget. So I can say that. I'm short too. But I don't think I had I'm just short. I don't think I ever had the same problem. But I also wasn't trying to play football for Barcelona, so. That's probably why I wasn't put on growth hormone. '93rd minute. Miami's finally going to win a cup. Or finally win an MLS Cup. Can't call them frauds no more. It was going to happen at some point. Let's be real. At some point, Miami was going to shed the fraud watch. At some point, they were. And they beat a really damn good team to do it. It was funny to laugh at them and say, oh, you screwed up Champions Cup twice. You blew a Leagues Cup final, even though you won one of the two. You blew an Open Cup final. You blew the playoffs after winning the Shield. It was funny. But it was always at some point they were going to win the MLS Cup. They still have to win Champions Cup, but as long as Messi's there, I think they have a chance next year. If they keep playing like this, the fraud watch has been shed unless Vancouver does some crazy stuff here. Miami fraud watch has been shed. They are finally the champions that people expected them to be. Three minutes to go. Vancouver didn't have a chance from the start. Let's keep it real. Have you not seen how good Vancouver's been recently? They had a chance. 94th minute. '95th minute. Cruz Azul scored at 90+7 versus Chivas, and that's what put him through because of the seeding rules. Even if Chicharito would have scored the penalty. Playing forward. Here comes Miami. Allende! Goal! And it's 3-1 Miami. Allende seals it. Tadeo Allende. Woke up with a fever a couple of days ago. Well, he's got a fever for a cup now. All good. He's got a fever for a cup now. Tadeo Allende. They better keep him. They better keep him. They're going to be screwed if they don't. Tadeo Allende makes it 3-1. Congrats, Isaiah. Yep. Tadeo Allende, 90+6. That is what seals it. 3-1, 3-1. Tadeo Allende woke up with a fever a couple of days ago. Couldn't train. Now he has a fever for the cup. Tadeo Allende. Over the top, and what a run. Onside, brought down by Messi. Another assist. Allende calmly puts it away. All but a Messi to Allende. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. And just rolls it in 3-1. I want them to lose. Damn it. Dude, I don't want to see Vancouver win the cup. It's not as bad as them winning CONCACAF. I'd still be sick. I'm glad they lost. So if I did jinx them, sure. I'm glad. And Jorge Mas finally got what he wanted. Messi won the cup. I have no idea. We'll find out soon. With that being said, hey, if I jinxed them, I jinxed them. I'm glad. I'm glad. Toronto's still above you. I don't care how shit we are. You're still under our boot. You're still under our boot, Vancouver. You're still under it. Know your place. Know your damn place. Know your damn place. Goal kick for Rios Novo. Messi finally beats Muller. Playing shuffleboard at the retirement home. Throw in. But hey, at least he did. With that being said, Vancouver, you should know your place under Toronto's boot with Montreal. Know your place. Know your place under Toronto's boot. Free kick for Miami, 98th minute, 3-1. Messi got his MLS Cup. He's got his star. 2 assists for Messi. Allende with the assist on the own goal, or bounce it off a guy's leg to lead to the own goal. So as Agende has an assist and a goal, let's be real. Why is the referee taking so long? I have no idea. And it's full time! Inter Miami CF, bottlers no longer. MLS Cup champions. 3-1. 3-1 esta noche. Campeón de MLS Cup. Copa MLS. Inter Miami CF. Miami have won the cup. Miami have won the cup. Vancouver were game. It just wasn't meant to be. Wasn't meant to be. I was wrong about Vancouver winning the cup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Full predictions 11 out of 17. Final prediction, wrong. 0 out of 1, but I thank God I jinxed him. With that being said, Vancouver have lost. They were game. It just wasn't meant to be for the Whitecaps. Messi wins the cup. They're going to take a new cup into their new stadium. They close Chase Stadium, Drive Pink Stadium with a cup. They will take a trophy into Freedom Park, an open Freedom Park with a trophy. Miami, 3-1 win. Messi with 2 assists, Agende with a goal and assist. Congratulations, Miami. Good final. Congratulations, Inter Miami. It was an amazing final. And Miami finally wins their cup. Messi is a champion in MLS. Well, an MLS Cup champion. He's also a Leagues Cup champion and a Supporter Shield winner, but he finally wins a star. They don't put a star on your jersey for Leagues Cups or Shields, but they put a star on your jersey for this. And they're going to take a new trophy into Freedom Park. They close down Chase Stadium, Drive Pink with a trophy. Miami are the MLS Cup champions. And let's see if they win the Champs Cup next. No stars for Vancouver. Only one Canadian team with a star on their jersey. That's Toronto FC. You're damn right. Vancouver is still under our boot. Forever and always, know your place. Forever and always, Vancouver, know your place. Under the boot of Toronto. You will never be the center of the universe. No matter how hard you try. Never, ever, ever. We're still shit and we're still center of the universe. You will never, ever, ever be the center of the universe, Vancouver, no matter how hard Axel tries, no matter how hard Sorensen tries. I hope you stay in Vancouver. I hope you get a new stadium, but you will never, ever, ever, how good you look, you will never be the center of the universe. You are still under Toronto's boot. Know your place. Know your place. Mind the gap. And Toronto better call the Pirate, but mind the gap. Now, Toronto, you need to start fixing this shit. Call the Pirate. But Vancouver, mind the gap. And Montreal, well, there's a hole in Quebec that they call Montreal. Go to hell, Montreal. Go to hell. Congratulations, Miami. You did the right thing. Enjoy your cup. We'll see you next year. With that being said, you had Vancouver winning. Yeah, I was wrong, but I knew what I was doing. With that being said, if you like this stream, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Notification once subscribe. Send stats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour. Within the review. For the review of this game. I will see you then. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See ya. Congratulations, Miami. You did it. You finally did it. And we still got some more to do. We still got the Intercontinental Cup. We may have the NBA Cup semifinals and final. We have the Formula One Grand Prix. We may have Liga MX. We have a Patriots game. We still have some stuff to finish the season with. We're not done yet. With that being said, and AFCON and maybe even the Arab Cup final. We still got some stuff to finish. With that being said, season ain't over yet. With that being said, I will see you later. Miami's won. Review within the hour. We go. I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See ya. Congratulations. Felicidades, Miami. Commiserations, Vancouver. I'll be nice. With that being said, I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See ya.